Where to go if World War III breaks out. I wrote this viral article a few months ago. Now, with the risk of global conflict never being higher than ever, I'll reveal here on YouTube where thousands of Americans are moving. These three countries aren't just random picks. They've been graded on 4 critical metrics. But who am I to talk about this? I'm James from the Freedom Files, and I've personally lived in over 15 countries, invested in several, and helped hundreds of Americans like you move abroad as well. All right, let's dive in. Most people think plan B is just finding a safe country, right? When we evaluate potential safe havens for our clients, we use 4 critical metrics that most people completely ignore. 1, geographical shielding. How far you are from conflict zones and strategic military points. Are you protected by geographical barriers? 2, self-sufficiency. Can the country that you're in feed itself and power itself if global trade routes shut down? 3, strategic value. You don't want to be sitting on oil reserves or rare earth minerals that make your new home a target. And finally, number 4, residency access. If you're moving during a crisis, you need legal status in months, not years. Most countries that you might expect to see on our lists fail at least 2 of these. Switzerland is too close to European conflict. Canada is a NATO member with a giant target on its back. Even Costa Rica, where every American thinks they'll retire, fails the self-sufficiency test. But the 3 countries I'm about to show you, they nail all 4. And the best part, you can establish residency in 2 of them for under $10,000. Let's start with country number 1, Paraguay. Paraguay wins on every metric. First, geographic shielding. Paraguay is deep in South America with no strategic ports, no nuclear facilities, and no military targets. It's virtually invisible on any launch map. Second, complete self-sufficiency. The Itaipu Dam produces more electricity than Paraguay can frankly use. Fertile plains, similar to the Midwest actually, but double the heat, export soy and beef worldwide. Third, zero strategic value. Can you even point to Paraguay on a map? When's the last time you were angry at a Paraguayan? No NATO bases, no enemies, and historically strict neutrality that keeps the country off of most adversaries' hit lists. And this is important. You can get residency in Paraguay in as little as 90 days. Their independent means visa requires proof of pretty much that you're alive. Get your apostle documents over to the Freedom Files, visit the country, and you'll walk away with a temporary residency card that can be converted to permanent after 3 years. The tax situation, oh boy, do I have a sweet deal for you. Paraguay's territorial tax system means 0% on all foreign-sourced income for life. Your retirement income, employment income, capital gains, all of it. And from a cost of living standpoint, expats' budgets in Paraguay average like 62% below the US, letting a single retiree live well on under $1,500 a month. So if nuclear war breaks out, prevailing winds push most northern fallout north of the equator. Southern hemisphere atmospheric circulation buffers Paraguay too. The biggest danger would be global food shortage, which Paraguay's grain surplus directly solves. All right, now let's talk about Paraguay's often confused neighbor, Uruguay, the Switzerland of South America. Uruguay is sandwiched between Argentina and Brazil, far from major missile trajectories with no foreign military bases allowed in its territory. And like Paraguay, it generates over 90% of electricity from hydro, wind, and biomass. Grass-fed cattle outnumber people 4-1 in this country. And it's basically one big ranch outside of Montevideo and Punta del Este, a really popular vacation spot for porteños from Argentina. Uruguay's rentista residency program requires proof of $1,500 monthly in passive income and hands you permanent residence within 6 to 12 months. Super easy. So you just have to live 6 months per year in Uruguay for 3 years if you're married or 5 if you're single, and apply for a passport giving you visa-free access to over 150 countries. Why is this important? Uruguay offers one of Latin America's strongest passports. But if that required residency period scares you, don't let it. Uruguay's tax benefits are insane. Choose either an 11-year 0% tax holiday on all foreign dividends and interest, or a permanent 7% flat tax rate for life. More countries should offer options like this, honestly. There's no wealth tax on foreign assets, no inheritance tax, no exit tax, and Montevideo's cafe culture, the Atlantic beaches, legal marijuana policy, and exceptional healthcare place Uruguay in the top 50 globally for quality of life and number 52 in the Global Peace Index, right ahead of, you'll never guess, the United Arab Emirates. So the cost of living is not as low as its surrounding countries, and Uruguay won't wow you from a cultural standpoint anytime soon. But do you really care about these factors when we're talking about nuclear strikes? Uruguay's surplus renewable power grid stays online even if global oil trade collapses. Now, let's head to a different part of the world where billionaires are building bunkers left and right. And try to say that 5 times fast. All right, New Zealand. High on most nuclear winter destination lists. Down Under is geographically isolated. That's obvious. Far from the world's major conflict zones. Even with global powerhouse China in their backyard, these countries' distance from war theaters makes them less likely to enter a global war. And that's why so many academic studies rank the isolated New Zealand as the world's preferred nuclear winter refuge. The dairy and lamb industries feed the nation many times over, and abundant fresh water take care of the necessary but energy-intensive crops. But New Zealand's residency requirements are steep, not like Paraguay and Uruguay's. The temporary retirement visa demands an investment of $450,000, and that's only for a 2-year stay. And the wealthier among you can pivot to the Active Investor Plus visa, which requires $3 to $7 million for temporary residency, which can be converted to permanent residence after 3 years of minimal physical presence in the country. Now, you don't have to relocate on this latter program, but if you do, new tax residents can also claim the 4-year transitional resident exemption, shielding most foreign income from New Zealand tax. How about that for a non-tax friendly country? If any of these 3 countries sounds like your survival plan, the Freedom Files can help make it a reality. Our Freedom Consult is built exactly for you. We cover all your goals and map out the countries that fit them. That way you can navigate the bureaucracy needed before the bombs drop. The best time to secure your freedom was 5 years ago, but the second best time is right now, before these programs get more expensive or shut down entirely. Check out our free 162-page guide on your options overseas below, or if you're after low taxes abroad, keep watching to learn exactly which jurisdictions we believe are the best for you.